name is Mary, and I am doing this video for a specific person. This person I've never met before. I don't know this person's name. I don't even know if this person is still alive today. But 18 years ago, you came into my life, and I'd like to talk to you about that. This is Melvin Bernard Franklin. You murdered him on October 15th, 1996, around the area of 88 Woodrow Avenue in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Melvin had just bought a home there. He'd only had it for about 2 years. And in that home lived his wife and his 2 small children. That home was full of love. It was full of joy, laughter, and happiness. Can I share with you what you did? You shot and killed Melvin, as he did something he never did before. He took public transportation to work. On his way home that night, you were robbing someone, and Melvin's presence interrupted the robbery. Melvin wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time. He lived on that street. You didn't. So I guess the other victim got away. Melvin didn't, because you shot him and you killed him. But I'm really here to talk to you about this beautiful man. He was very humble. He was very kind. He was a very giving person. Melvin could walk into a room and not say a word, just put a smile on, and the whole room would light up. Melvin didn't command attention. Melvin wasn't a greedy person or a person that took. Melvin was a giver. Melvin would have children in the community come to his home, and it would be a safe haven for them, a place where those children could come and play with his children and pretty much live there. And children loved Melvin. They loved him because he was like a role model. He was definitely a dad figure to so many young people. Melvin was an entertainer. His first love was singing. He could sing any baritone, bass song you could imagine. And when he opened up his mouth, that beautiful voice of his, oh, it would just fill the room with warmth and kindness. Melvin was very talented. He could sing. He wasn't a great dancer, but there was a presence about him when he sang with the group that he founded when he was around 11 years old. But there's another thing about Melvin. Melvin was a hard worker. He was a family man. He loved his wife. He loved his children. He loved his family. And he worked. He wasn't lazy. He did not sit home and have his wife do the working and toil while he watched TV all day. That wasn't Melvin. His wife didn't really have to work. He was a provider. He was a good human being. But as you know, on October 15th, 1996, you took his life. And that wasn't right. And I'm sure after 18 years, you're older now, and you carried this around with you for 18 years if you're still alive. So I pray that you are, and I pray that you are listening and watching this video, that you can put a face and a identity and a description to the person that you took from this earth. Melvin's birthday is in 2 days. He was born on May 14th, 1957. Melvin would have been 57 years old. That's young. So if you had not took his life, in a couple of days, I would be planning the annual surprise party that I never really could surprise him. He would always find out and pretend he was surprised. You took that away. Melvin has 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. They're adults now, and they have children. You took Melvin's right to see his children grow up and to add value and his opinion into their lives. You took that. He's never seen his grandchildren. They've never seen their grandfather. You took that away. And that wasn't right. So my word to you is this. I don't hate you. I hated you for a long time ago. But today, I don't hate you. Matter of fact, I forgive you. Because 18 years ago, you were probably someone else. And if you have a conscience, you've had to be dealing with what you've done to this beautiful person. And I realized that hating you for all those years did nothing for me but, added stress. It added anxiety. So I released you a long time ago. But I say this to you. You took Melvin's life. And you can't just think that you can continuously get away with that. You have to come and give us justice. You have to give Melvin justice. He deserves that. His children deserve it. His grandchildren deserve it. His family deserves it. I deserve it. I speak for Melvin because Melvin can't speak for himself any longer. I advocate for Melvin. I fight for Melvin because I want Melvin to have justice. I want him to rest in peace. And I want his children to have a sense of peace. So to you, the perpetrator of Melvin's murder, to you, the one 18 years ago, you decided to take this beautiful human being's life. 18 years ago, you walked into my family, which was in the greatest place it had ever been in. And you destroyed it. You took everything away from my family. You took our livelihood. You took our direction in life. You caused a lot of things that should not have happened to happen. And you also caused a lot of things that should have happened not to happen. Like Melvin should have saw his son get married. Melvin should be able to walk his daughter down the aisle when she decides to get married. Melvin should have been there when all his grandchildren were born. You took those things away from him. Do you have children now? Are you living a fulfilled and happy life now after 18 years? There's no way you go to bed at night and you don't think about what you've done. So I plead with you, the perpetrator of Melvin's murder. Turn yourself in. Be a man. Stand in front of your peers and confess what you've done. And Do what the law would have you to do. You have to do your time. And for me, because I'm only speaking for me, if you did 5 years or 50, it's not bringing this beautiful human being back. That's not going to happen. So for me, that's not even the issue. The issue is you have to give yourself up. You have to come and say what you did, why you did it, and do your time for doing it. So Melvin can have peace, and that my family can have peace, and that Melvin's family can have peace. That's all I ask for, because it's not going to bring Melvin back. Again, Melvin was murdered on October 15th, 1996. He was walking home from work. He was where he was supposed to be. You were out of order. So I ask you to please turn yourself in. And you want to know the ironic thing about this video? 2 years ago, I did a video similar to this, and I was in so much pain, and tears were just flowing, and I really couldn't, articulate what it was I wanted to say. But I see myself now in just 2 years, the total difference that I can talk to you as a human being, because that is what you are, regardless to what you did. You are God's child, and God loves you. So in the spirit of God, in the spirit of the love of God, I ask you to turn yourself in. Please do that. Give Melvin justice. He deserves it. He wasn't a bad person, and even if he was a bad person, a drug dealer, a batterer, or whatever, nobody deserves to be murdered, because we have a justice system. You were wrong, so make your wrong right. Come, give us the greatest gift for Melvin's birthday. Turn yourself in before this Wednesday, before May 14th, on May 14th even. Turn yourself in. It would be the greatest gift that we could give to Melvin. We could do it together. So I hope and pray that you see this video, or that someone that knows that you did what you did to Melvin, that this video would touch them, and that they would make sure that you saw it, and it would touch your heart, because enough is enough. Eventually, you're going to get caught. That's just how it is, because I'm a prayer warrior, and I don't give up, and I'll never give up on Melvin. So it's up to you. I bid you farewell, and I pray that your family never has to go through what my family has gone through. And I pray blessings on your family. In Melvin's name and in Melvin's honor, turn yourself in, please. Thank you for listening to me.